Okay, guys, so this is going to be my Penn State Michigan preview. So, Penn State's going to be playing Michigan on Saturday, and Penn State's going to be an intense game. It's at Penn State, it's going to be a whiteout. College game day is going to be there. Penn State is going in as an 8 or 9 point favorite. They're undefeated, they're number 7, and they're taking on number 16 Michigan, who is 5-1, coming off of a win against Illinois. This matchup's a little interesting. The last 3 years, Michigan blowout, Penn State blowout, Michigan blowout. The home team gets the blowout. Can Penn State continue to do that? We'll see. Um, Michigan's had an alright year, a little bit underwhelming so far. The offensive struggles have continued. They've had a little bit in the passing game, a little running game, but maybe not quite enough to meet the standards that they want to achieve. And then Michigan's defense has done a fairly strong job this year. It's not quite where last year's defense was. I don't think. I don't think they're nearly as deep up front. The secondary is fairly good, but I don't think it's the same defense that they had last year. They really got thumped in Wisconsin, 35-0, and then they got 2 late touchdowns to make it 35-14. They almost lost to Army. They've kind of looked a little bit better, but it was against Rutgers and Illinois, so we don't really know. This is an interesting game, I think, because it's really I think this is going to be. I don't think it's going to be a blowout because I don't really necessarily think Penn State has enough offensive firepower to put up points on Michigan to really make it a blowout. I think 2017 they had so much offensive firepower and the defense was playing well at night, and with the whiteout, it just propelled them to that victory by like a blowout. Um, but today I think it's going to be a little bit different because I do think while Michigan's defense isn't quite as good as last year, so I do think Penn State's going to be able to get some points. I don't think Michigan's defense is quite as good as Iowa's, honestly, and they get them at home. But I do think that Penn State does have some problems on offense. Clifford has done a decent job, but at times he's not making the right passes. Sometimes he's a little bit shaky, he's a little bit antsy. He's very antsy in the pocket. The running game's decent, but I think Penn State has to realize to go to Noah Cain. Because if Penn State, this is how I think they can. I don't think they're just going to have big play, big play in a row. I think they're going to have to. I think if they can establish a running game and then have that set up a passing game, make them count for the run, and then be able to get to your guys like Hamler and Dotson and Fryermuth and potentially get some big plays because of that. And then I think with the defense, if they can really make Patterson pass, be able to dial some pressure up and throw him off his game, and then still be stat against the run, I think that's how you can find a blowout. I just don't necessarily see that coming. What I also don't see coming is I don't see a Michigan blowout. I think if Michigan's going to win the game, it's probably going to be fairly close. Just because of the whiteout, just all the things. I think Michigan, if Michigan can get enough going on our defense, I think Michigan can get a little bit going. I think they can make some passes. I think they can maybe run it all right, but I don't necessarily know if they're going to be able to do enough. And with the whiteout, I'm going to have to go with Penn State, but I actually am going to have Michigan covering the game. I am. I'm going to go Penn State 24. Michigan 17. I think Clifford's going to be able to make some throws. I think they're going to be able to get a little bit of a running game going, and I think they're going to be able to do a decent job, but I don't think they're going to do a ton. But I think they're going to do enough to beat Michigan. It's going to be kind of like Iowa, maybe a little bit higher scoring, but I don't think it's necessarily going to be a blowout game that maybe some people think it's going to be. But I also don't see Michigan pulling off the upset either. I think it can happen. I can see it, but I'm not going to pick it because I don't. I just think Penn State's got a better chance of winning the game. So I got 24-17. I think Michigan's going to be able to get some stuff going on offense, but I just don't. I think Penn State's defense is too stat up front, and with the whiteout, for me to really feel confident picking Michigan. So let's hope it happens. Penn State can win this game. They can start to really supplant themselves in the Big Ten and college football playoff race. So let's hope it happens. 24-17, Penn State. Peace out.